This part right here is key. The breaking point. When they finally break and say, I can't do anything else, I'm too exhausted, that's when you can start the reconnection. That's when you can start to bring them back to zero and reestablish that connection that allows them to go forward. But this is showing you the de-escalation part, because people don't get to see the de-escalation. They always see the cuss outs, the slaps, the kicks, the hits, the punches. What about when all that's over? What am I supposed to expect when they're done? What does it look like? This is a perfect example. Welcome back, everyone. Happy World Cup. The World Cup has started maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and we thought that this particular video would be perfect for this particular situation. Now, we will say this particular video is extremely graphic, so if you have any difficulties with that, either press mute or go ahead and watch another video. But we want to show you in full, in real time, how you respond to a full-blown tantrum. So without any further ado, here we go. Language.
Stop hitting me.
Whew, boy.
Jaden, stop. Here, stop. Take this.
Okay.
Stop now. Yes.
Wow.
Sitting on the couch.
So not only is Jaden showing
Yes, we are.
problematic
Stop hitting and kicking.
behavior, as far as hitting and kicking now, is using bad words more often. But this right here is the key. Okay.
Then stop.
This part right here is key, because once somebody is hitting and kicking you and you can't run anymore, the only choice that you have is to defend yourself. And sometimes that comes down to actually putting somebody into a hold. We have already seen other videos where we've avoided, we have redirected, we have been proactive. But what if all of that fails? Now what? You're in your last bit of wit's end. Sometimes now you have to protect yourself. And that, like I said, comes in the form of a hold. So the parent has put Jaden on his bottom, turned him around so that she cannot get hit or kicked. And we'll see what happens from here. So let's go. Holding his hands behind his back. He's frustrated with that. He doesn't like that. But he gets loose and he keeps slapping. Throwing a tantrum. Yep, pinching. That's a big one too. That's why you have to hold the hands. So another issue here is that I've seen people put children or other people in this particular hold, but this is where things go wrong. When you have somebody in a hold like that and they can't do anything, the most dangerous thing that they can do, and I've seen people get concussed like this, I've seen people have their eye sockets broken, I have seen people get bloody noses from this. The person that's sitting in the front being restrained will take that head and go, bah! It doesn't matter what's behind. I've seen people get hit in the sternum, in the chest, like I said. So when you're behind somebody like that, you want to get your head out of the way, because they're going to immediately come back with this one right here. Boom. I don't know if that's going to happen here, but I've seen that so many times that that's one of the key things I think about if I have to go into this situation is move my head, because I don't want to get head butted. Let's continue.
What is your deal? Stop your little pinching.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're funny, don't you?
And she's not hurting him.
Stop pinching me and everyone.
That's another thing that's going to come up too, is that when they finally realize there's nothing that I can do, I can't slap you anymore, I can't hit you, I can't punch you anymore, they will start to scream, you're hurting me. Ow, you're hurting me, leave me alone. Ow, ow, ow. Now, before you even go into a hold like this, you have to have the mindset, I am not going to let them go until they calm down. Obviously, they need to be able to breathe. They need to be free from any type of physical restraints like against the floor or against the furniture or anything like that. But you need to go into it knowing this might take a minute, and I can't just let them go because they said they're being hurt. Maybe adjust it a little bit, but you need to hold on until the tantrum is over, or you're going to keep getting attacked. That is just what happens when people are in tantrum mode. That's just how it goes.
Okay, alright, this is not a proper restraint. Come on, we're not playing here. Give me my foot back.
Kick to the ribs ain't no joke. Now there's no more people to hit, and he just begins to emotionally release. Okay. Perrin did a good thing by walking away. You can tell she's very seasoned at this, and I've always been impressed with her skills. She's still getting cussed out, but that doesn't faze her. The slaps don't faze her. She's still calm. She can sit down with him. She's rubbing his back. She gets it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, she's bringing that other leg around. I mean, she's his mom. I don't think that she's going to hurt him, but that is a dangerous hold right there because she could obstruct his airway and he could possibly stop breathing, especially if he's upset to that point. But she is trying to keep herself from getting hit. He's already at the point now, though, where he can't even control his hits. So telling him to stop, telling him leave that alone, telling him don't, that means absolutely nothing at this point. Some people, when they get to the point of seeing red or black and just blacking out and just going crazy, they can't even control their ability to stop hitting or pinching. So you'll see them just trying to, and this is another thing. See, they'll try to hold it back and keep from hitting other people, but I've seen them people go into tantrums like this where they're hitting themselves and they can't control the self strikes. So it just shows you the power that the tantrum can take over the whole body sometimes. And no matter how many stops or how many don'ts you say, that is not part of what their mind frame of mind is like at that time. So you just have to stay safe, stick to the script, keep your vocals down, because that's not really going to help. But you do want to check in from time to time to see, are you okay? Are you ready? But outside of that, that's probably the most you need to do. Let's continue.
I'm just gonna stay like this for right now until you calm down. Okay, are you gonna stop hitting and kicking?
They'll negotiate. And they'll say, yeah, if, and then boom. That's how it goes.
You always gotta get that last one in, don't you, buddy?
She knows. She knows.
Don't hit me, don't kick me, and don't knock any rocks over. Understood? Do you get it?
Uh-oh, there goes that headbutt that I was talking about. Pimp slaps, headbutts. I know, it's a rough situation for everybody involved.
You're squeezing me too hard.
And it is tempting to let go. I mean, we all saw what happened to George Floyd and the I can't breathe, where the cops supposed to just assume that he was lying and let him up. Yeah, you don't want to use too much force, but also if somebody is screaming bloody murder, you want to be at least sensitive to that and at least check what they're talking about. Not that you have to let go, but at least check. Okay.
Do you want me to squeeze you? Huh? Do you want me to squeeze you?
So you see that emotional release is starting to happen. I'm too tired. I'm too exhausted. I can't fight anymore. That's what you have to stick with it until this happens, until it's the breaking point. When they finally break and say, I can't do anything else, I'm too exhausted, that's when you can start the reconnection. That's when you can start to bring them back to zero. and reestablish that connection
Let me take the other ones back. Are you gonna
that allows them to go forward.
Yeah, is that one your favorite? Yeah. Do you know what game you haven't played in the last few days? Is that Men in Black one? Lexi might even like
Starting
that
to
one.
distract. Excellent. Like I said, she's definitely a pro at this point.
Maybe such a cake. And the other one.
Couple tickles.
Bummer.
You know, she knew not to do that earlier because that would have probably set him off. So she saved the tickles for when he's calming down.
Did she like any of them?
And now he wants a hug. And that's exactly what you will see. After that emotional release, you want to see hugs. They'll reach out to you. They'll cry. They'll grab you. I've had many times where I've set a child on extinction. They were able to get to whatever it is that they wanted. They kicked, hit, slapped. I stayed there until it was over. And the first thing they want to do after that is they want a hug. They want a connection. They want to know that you still are okay with them because they realize they've lost control. But that's when they're coming down. And now it's the time, like I said, you can establish that emotional connection because they're ready for it. Let's continue. She says those reestablishing words, I love you. The most important part of this whole tantrum. I love you.
No.
Oh, wow. I don't know what's going on now. Okay. Yeah, just relax. Just relax. You'll be all right. You're all right, yeah. So, I know the video is longer. I see it's more time, but it looks like he should be done at this point. In my estimation, he's done. I'm not sure what might happen right now. You always got to keep your head on a swivel.
Oh, this is a good song. Let's show Grandma what we did the other day and show Lexi what we did.
Keep that distraction going. Excellent.
We used to like this song when you were a baby.
Don't let him perseverate on what he was mad about in the first place, because that can reignite real quick. Oh my goodness. Wow. The soundtrack on this is off the hook.
Used to be your favorite when you were a baby. Get all
Aw.
excited. Smile and kick your little legs. Mama would take you on dances with you.
Oh. But this is good. He's not tantruming, but this is showing you the de-escalation part, because people don't get to see the de-escalation. They always see the cuss outs, the slaps, the kicks, the hits, the punches. What about when all that's over? What am I supposed to expect when they're done? What does it look like? This is a perfect example. They're totally exhausted. They've emotionally released. They're ready to reconnect, but they can't do it yet. So what do you have to do? You reestablish that connection. You distract. You take them from one step then to the next. She's doing an excellent job, and we're just witnessing what a great job she's doing, keeping calm through this entire ordeal.
Yeah? Do you want to go get you a bagel or what? Can't get a bagel with you sitting on me. Get up.
Being direct.
You get your soccer ball in the back.
Oh, soccer ball. Is that what started this all?
You're not going to win this one. I'm not going to have a soccer ball in here with all these mirrors and you kicking it. No. You've already been violent today.
Uh-oh. She's getting sucked back into it. Keep the distraction going. Keep the distraction going. Don't get sucked back into it. I'm not going to kick it hard. Yeah, right. Good job. Don't even talk to him about it anymore, though. Damn.
And if you keep it going, then you're going to ruin your vacation up north. And that's not fun either.
Now we're seeing it reignite. Oh, kick to the head. MMA style.
You think you're going to win and you're not. I will stay here all day. I will hold you all day long. Yo, yes, I will.
Oh, wow.
If I need to, I will. You're not winning.
I'll tell you one thing. She got the right mindset. No, you won't. I'll sit here all day. And that's how it has to be, unfortunately.
Gee,
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh,
Kick
it
to the
really
throat.
freaking hurt. It was in my neck.
Oh, take a second. Take a second.
But I'm not gonna do this all day.
And he's getting
I know
bigger.
what it is. She just pinched
Oh,
me. Just
uh-oh.
pinched me in the neck.
Oh, don't call the
If
cops.
you cannot control yourself, then you need to go somewhere. Lexi, I just filled this crap.
He don't need the cops. He needs a behavioral therapist. He needs a licensed professional to help both of them. She does a good job, but he's getting bigger and she's going to need more support. Now, I'm sure this video is old. I'm sure they hope they got the support that they needed. But as of right now, bringing cops into the situation is almost even worse because they don't have the training even that she does, let alone a mental health professional. So if he starts acting crazy with them, they're going to act crazy with him, and that could end up all bad. That's probably the best place to leave him is just leave him on the floor. As long as he's not hitting you or hitting anything else, leave him there. So that was the end. This is probably one of the longer reactions we did, but we did learn a few things. If you're going to resort to restraints, you need to hold them all the way through. Don't get involved in the negotiations. If they start to say they're hurt, check on the hurting spot, but don't let go. Wait until you see the emotional release, the relaxation, and then the distraction. The only mistake I saw here was that she got sucked back into what caused the tantrum in the first place by discussing it, as opposed to continuing with the distraction and moving on with clear, calm directions on what are we doing next. Everything else I thought she did great. I thought she kept a calm voice. I thought she, held him when she needed to. She did all of those things as she was supposed to. But he's very big. He's much bigger than her. And we see what the results of that are. So keep coming back for more. Hope you learned something. There's always something to learn, both good and bad. But we'll continue to do these so that you can learn how to avoid this, and if you do get in the situation, how not to make it worse. So we'll see you on the next one, and make sure you stay tuned.